Welcome back to GSI. Western basketball tipped off the new season this past week.
Griffin men went 1-1 in the opening weekend of the Hilliard Tip-Off Classic. Here's a recap.
P. Allen Stinnett and Missouri Western tipping off the season in the Hilliard Tip-Off Classic. Griff's taking on Avila. Stinnett dunking on Avila. This one of many to come. Griff's off to a hot start. T.J. Johnson to the hoop. Western opened the game on a 13-0 run, but then they let their guard down, and Avila coming back. The Eagles answered with an 18-4 run of their own. They would take an 18-17 lead midway through the first half. But then, more of this. That belongs in a dunk contest. Western by 6. Just before the half, Stinnett shoots, misses, but T.J. Johnson there to clean up the mess. Johnson, 17 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists on the night. Griff's up 37-31 at the break. Second half was more of the P. Allen show. The reverse jam alley-oop. I said he dunked on Avila a lot. Later, Jonathan Phelps to Stinnett. Who else? 22 of his game-high 32 points came in the second half. He was also 7 of 11 from three-land. The Griffins go on to win 95-85. Western 23 assists in the game. The offensive firepower is there. The defense is still getting there.
You know, I think that we showed spurts, showed at times what I think this team is capable of doing, especially offensively.
It starts on the defense, man. We got offense. Y'all seen we got offense. We just got to keep playing D.
Night 2 of the Hilliard Tip-Off Classic. 1-0 Western taking on 2-0 Michigan Tech. Didn't take long for Coach Tom Smith to get his first technical of the season. He really didn't get his money's worth either. Got whistled for calling a timeout when Tech had the ball. Smith says he did no such thing. Anyway, Tech taking early control. Don Fowler nails the 3. Griffins down 26-16 at this point. Smith still pleading his technical case. Meanwhile, the Griffins start to heat up. Jonathan Phelps with the hot hand nails the 3. Then steals the ball. He's under 6 foot, but he's got some springs. Griff's within 5. Later, P. Allen Stinnett fires a long touchdown pass to T.J. Johnson, who goes up and under. T.J. had 12 points on the night. Just before the half, Griffins on the run. Stinnett to Phelps for 3. Bang. He had a game-high 28 points off the bench. Griffins go to halftime with a 34-30 lead. These two teams swapping hoops in the second half. Alex Coley for 3. Michigan Tech up by 2. Griffins are effective when they can run. Phelps to Stinnett, who shows off the hang time. Griffins back up by 2, but they had trouble containing Tech's big men. Final minute, Mike Hojanaki hits the turnaround down low. He had a team-high 17 points. Griffins down 4. They had some chances to get back in it, but Stinnett couldn't get the long ball to fall, and Western falls 68-61.
We got to get tougher inside. We got to get way tougher inside because we're a small team, but that ain't no excuse. We still got to play hard and learn how to fight through adversity.
Their will won out, I think, more than anything else. They're a team that wants to play with a slower tempo, and when you hold us to 61 points, it's going to be difficult for us to beat a team like that with such a good inside game. The other thing with us is, as I mentioned before, is the assist thing. We just did not. 8 assists is not going to cut it with this team. It's not what we're made out of, because we're not that type of team. We're the type of team that passes the ball really well and plays together, and I think we basically have done that up until tonight.
Western did rebound Tuesday night for a big 92-88 regional road win at Quincy. The Griffins now 2-1 on the season.
And the Griffins return to action this weekend in Edmond, Oklahoma. 2 regional opponents, Southwestern Oklahoma and Central Oklahoma.
GSI will be right back.
We've had a couple weeks now of practice, and we're ready to go against some competition and show that we're improved and we're no longer the teams that we've been in the past.
A more experienced, more confident Western women's team tipped off its season this past week in the Quincy tournament. The Griffs began with a 73-58 loss to Northern Michigan, then responded with an 87-54 beatdown of Upper Iowa. And welcome back to GSI. Joining us right now is head women's basketball coach Lynn Plett. 1-1 start to the season. Just your thoughts so far?
What's better than 0-2?
Yes, it is.
And as much as I'd like to go back and play that first game over, obviously we cannot do that. But to use a coined phrase, we rebounded really well in the second, coming back the second day, and played really well the second time. So I was real pleased with the fact that we could come out there with a good, decisive win the second day.
And let's look at the opening game of the Quincy tournament. Northern Michigan was the opponent. A game that the final score would look like Northern Michigan handled that game easily, but that wasn't the case. You trailed most of the game. And with 3 minutes to go, it was close. And you had a little bit of a scare. Tell us about that.
Yes, I think it was about 3.5 minutes or so in the game, and as you said, we were we'd fall behind, turn the ball over, and get down by 10 or so, and then we'd fight back, and it was a 4-point game with about 3.5 to go. And Jessica Cook went down with a knee injury at that point. It looked at that point that it could have been potentially pretty serious, and she's had a ACL injury in the past. She seemed to be in quite a bit of pain initially, and then so we didn't know what her status was like at all. Didn't know that evening at all either, but the knee didn't swell up, and actually by the next morning she woke up and said, "Coach, I'm feeling pretty good," and she ended up playing the next day. So we were a little frightened at the beginning, but it ended up being an okay deal.
Boom, miraculous recovery.
That's right.
That was it.
Some of that magic dust that trainers have, I guess, sometimes. Huh?
And then your heart started beating again, and you were able to recover from an opening night loss, and then really came out and played well against Upper Iowa, didn't you?
Yeah, we did, and it was really the girls that responded just exactly the way I think any coach would want a team to respond after a disappointing loss where they felt like they did not play well at all in the first game. Really, I think, upset with themselves, and then the next day came out very determined and very focused, and really, I think, played as consistently from the beginning of the game till the end of the game for 40 minutes, as consistent as we've ever played.
The Rockhurst this Saturday in the field house. Just talk about that matchup and the keys to the win.
The key to the win, more than anything else, is to remember what happened last year when we went down and played them and felt very disappointed that we didn't play well and ended up losing a close one there. So it's a little bit of a payback mentality, I think, with our young ladies, and I think they'll be pretty focused, I think, especially to get back in their home gym for the first time this year and hopefully be able to show the local people and the community, that they've improved.
Well, Rockhurst Saturday night at the field house. Get over your Thanksgiving Day hangover and get a win.
Okay.
Make it 2 in a row.
All right,
I meant
good.
hangover with turkey. That's Coach Tim Flett. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GSI. Alongside Ryan Menley, I'm Brett Easley. We've talked all year about the bright future of Western volleyball. Here's future proof that we kind of know what we're talking about.
We sometimes get it right. High honors for one of Western's top young players. Stephanie Hattie named the MIAA Conference Freshman of the Year. The Kearney, Missouri native, a huge weapon for the Griffs this season, playing both setter and outside hitter. She led the team in assists and was second in hitting percentage and first in basically all-around performance.
It was definitely a great year. I loved playing here. I can't wait for the next 3 years and for it to develop. I definitely couldn't have gotten my freshman of the year without the team, because volleyball is like the biggest team sport. You can't just it can't just be about you. You can't just bump the ball over and then just you touch the ball. It's definitely a team effort.
She's done a good job, and she does some things that she doesn't even know, and that's what makes her a good leader. She does things naturally that she doesn't even realize she's doing, and I'm not going to say it on the interview because I don't want her to know what she's doing. I just want her to keep doing it in the future.
Griffins finished 12-19 this season, but graduate just 3 seniors. Time now for our picking segment. And why should anyone be surprised that little Elvis owns bragging rights in the Swami coat for the 8th time in 9 weeks? Well, you should be surprised, because I get your Swami coat this week.
You know what? It didn't go well with red today anyway. Poor tie choice by me.
I've got the blue.
Bad omen, folks.
And I'm just going to wear it like this because that's what the cool kids do. Okay, you went 5
You
and
are pretty cool,
that's what I am in my sweater. 4-3 last week you went. I went 5-2. So let's get to it this week. You're still smoking me overall, but let's start with MIAA, actually NCAA Division II football. UCM at Abilene Christian.
Well, I got to apologize to the folks in Warrensburg. I picked against you last week, but I'm going to pick against you this week as well. Abilene Christian, the 1 seed, wins at home.
Take Central Missouri. I think they're playing very well. Northwest at Kingsville, big rematch.
I'm going to stay with my theory. Hey, you got to pick Northwest until somebody beats them. I know their injuries are piling up a little bit, but and I know a lot of things lead to Kingsville, but I'm taking Northwest.
I will take the Bearcats as well. They do good in rematch games. In the Big 12, MU versus KU at Arrowhead.
I'd love to think this will be 101-10, but I think it'll be more like 10-7. But give me the Tigers.
How about K-State? Actually, I'll take Mizzou as well. K-State at North Texas.
The game will be closer as well. K-State's on a little bit of a losing streak. Give me K-State at North Texas.
Chiefs at Seahawks in the NFL. And I'll take K-State, excuse me.
I'm leery of this game as well, but you know what? The Chiefs need to win a big game on the road. I think they're going to win this division in the end, even though San Diego's playing well. Give me the Chiefs in Seattle.
I will take the Chiefs as well. That is GSI for this Thanksgiving weekend. We leave you with a little reminder of what the holidays are all about.
You put them cool it for the pumpkin pie. Oh, right on top.
So we're at Hy-Vee right now, and we are shopping for a program called Griff's Giving Gifts, and the program is meant to assist families in need over the holiday season, and specifically today we are shopping for families over the Thanksgiving holidays and giving them a Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, turkey, some stuffing, and a turkey pan.
We have a turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and cheese, and green beans, and corn, pumpkin pie. We have all kinds of good food.
We are out here shopping for families for Thanksgiving. We adopted three families.
Actually, we'll deliver the food this evening, and that food will hopefully stay good until Thanksgiving, and they'll be able to have a nice Thanksgiving meal.
And it makes it hit home that some people don't get the things that I get in my everyday life and that I don't think about because I'm not without them.
When the student athletes bring that food to these people and see how appreciative they are and how much, how thankful they are and maybe how bad their situation is, I think it really hits home to them that it isn't just a random service project, but they're actually one-on-one helping the people that need it the most, and I think that makes the biggest impact.